Yeah. Take 2 on this freaking thing. All right. Wrapped up. Oh yeah, my music. Music. Hey, look, Logan. My screen just went black. It's because I launched Spotify. Hey. Now our power's gonna. Okay. I'm not the boy. So, Cooler Master included a little thing of thermal paste in there. It's not, I don't think it's Arctic Silver, which is what I like to use. It's a brand. Yeah, I mean, it's better than nothing, but I like Arctic Silver. Yep. Also, one other thing I got while I was there, I wasn't expecting to find it. Look at this fan!
We put a fan in off stream? Come on.
I had to make sure it fit. Look at the size of that freaking fan.
That is a huge fucking. God, this thing is.
Yeah, it is.
It's gonna sound.
Well, that's the thing.
Plain.
That's the benefit of it, is that they don't have to spin very fast. It can be very slow-moving fans, but because of the quantity and size of them, it creates a wind tunnel. I'm gonna make sure none of the fins are bent on this. Probably okay.
Right? This thing went take off on its own. They don't have any thermal paste on here.
So yeah, that's why they provide it to you. Alright, so same as before, I'm gonna put the fans inboard and set them to suck mode, just because it buys me a little bit more space that I need to get around this, especially now because of this humongous fan is there. Oh, okay. So hold this. You're fine, babe. Oh man. Now, if you're trying to mount a 200 millimeter fan in the front of this 250D, there are 2 little perpendicular tabs that just poke out of the, or poke into the front of the case. I have no idea what they do. There's nothing that clips to them. There's nothing that rests on them. I don't know what they do, but they get in the way of the housing of the fan. So I just had to like bend them down. I have no idea.
Get up on it. Hard to like Vanna hold things and present things and be near the freaking mic. Look, Logan, I'm having flashbacks today of the raid we did at RTX 2017, and I totally hope they do one this year because I really honestly want to go to it again. But maybe not be as tired this time.
This is what I was talking about earlier. Takes one power feed and splits it into two.
Okay. Yeah, we're doing that again. Oh, did I just announce? RP Boredom's gonna be at RTX 2018! Yay! Oops. Jackass. But seriously, we will announce that we'll be going to a couple other conventions soon. Just to hang at conventions. No booths. Not yet. Logan, you're such an idiot. Logan says, I hope I get to meet them. You are them. Go look in the mirror. You've met them.
So,
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Brandon's probably my favorite guy, too. Nothing? I didn't say nothing if you didn't hear nothing. He and I are in the same kind of wavelength for games. Glory to Estorska. That's my way of saying it. Leave it alone.
okay.
Brandon will say it right, and I will say it wrong every time. So what's happening is that there is this, kind of see it in the stream where there's this gray, that's an actual metal platform, and so that is going across towards the cooler. So there is a cord from the cooler that is getting caught between the cooler and that platform, and it's pinching the wire. Just need to get that cord. I think Clayton's actually says he's going to take it out. What is that cord for? You can tell me, and I'll tell.
Power supply for the fan. So each fan has two cables. One is for the RGB, it's a 4-pin connector,
Oh, I see. What is for?
and then there's a 4-pin power connector. And this one's just like caught on a screw, so I just gotta pick it up, move it.
Are you gonna feed it underneath? You do with all 4 of them? Don't lose your screwdriver. Screwdriver, and you've been through a lot. You fixed a lot of things with that damn thing.
Yeah. Actually has a gap there, but that one's fine.
Okay. I think I finished screwing them. Okay. that magnetic screwdriver?
I think I know why you like these songs.
Why?
Because they are primarily female singers.
Oh, that makes sense. Unfortunately, there's not.
In EDM and techno, it's a lot of female singers.
The two genres I don't really listen to. Jesus. What is that big screw going to?
This, remember the long screws that went through the fans to the
Yes.
cool? It's the same thing. These just have like thumb screws on the end, so you can tighten them by hand. I don't know if that picked up on the mic, but there's like these little ridges on the thumb screws, and it was like dragging against a piece of metal, and it sounded like it was just like snapping it in half. But it's fine. Okay, so cooler is in.
Cooler, is it? Now what?
Have to lose that screw. The board is supposed to go there, and that's gonna hit right on that. Either that, or I have to use some low-profile screws. So,
We're looking at two screws that are right up next to each other.
will you get me the board? No, the board. The board. We're just gonna see if it'll fit. Huh?
What?
What did you say?
I didn't say anything.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna...
You're not grounded.
We'll show the camera. So take it out of the shiny plastic that you can't see shit. That way people can understand what it looks like. Not everyone's seen a board before.
So.
Gonna flip it around. See all of that? That's intense. And if one little piece of that gets fried, you are fucked. I've been through this shit before for my car. It's a fucking nightmare. There's a board in my car. Like this. Everything runs off of it. Can't start the car. Can't put down the windows, pop the trunk, pop the gas. Nothing. That has even one little bit messed up.
Just those three. So that one, and that one. Thought you tapped me on the shoulder
No.
for something. Actually, might need to reposition this fan because
Oh God. How you gonna do that?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Never smooth.
That's why everything comes with a million screws.
Remember how I asked, how long do you think it to build a PC? You're like, like an hour and a half.
Well, so if you have the parts, which I do at work, I have just a room full of spare parts, and that's cool. So like, if one part doesn't work, another will. But when you're working with a specific set of parts, you have to find a way to make those parts work. Get the. Oh wait, we're only doing the top. Okay.
Now, are we putting the board in now, or is that just to test out the size one?
I'm gonna put it in again just to see if it fits.
I don't know who you are either.
Have all four of them. Punch. Remember that 4-pin connector I showed you earlier?
Yes.
That goes right there.
Gotcha.
Big fat one, 24 pin, goes right there.
There's a bunch of these.
Yep.
And power. I see why this goes here now, because these are all the connectors you can see where I'm pointing on the back. These are all our USBs slots we were talking about earlier. I'm going to count the USBs.
I have like a 0.5 millimeter of clearance between my board and the fan. It is, ooh, brother.
We have 7 USBs on the back on the board here, and then we have 2 still in the front. 9, not what I was thinking earlier.
Holy jeez. Okay. So, put this back in the bag now that I know I can work with that.
Okay, then what's next?
Looking at what we have left, we have memory, we have cooler, doesn't matter, SSD. Where is the SSD? Yes. SSD back there. See if we are actually ready for the board. To start dressing the board.
So we
Yes. And can you hand me the processor, the i7?
decided to get the i9.
No. i9s are like $1,300.
Oh.
I was debating between the i5 8600 and the i7 8700K.
Oh.
The i5 would have been perfectly fine.
Oh,
for
we want to feature a
right.
little bit.
I was like, you know what?
VR.
It costs more, but this will kind of future-proof me for a little bit. So,
That's one of the good things about building your own PC. That, like, if we ever wanted to upgrade from the i7 to i9, you built this thing. You know exactly where it is. Go in there when the i9's cheaper and get an i9.
well,
put it in there.
you say that, but like we've just had, yeah, exactly. Like if I were doing,
Quentin, are you saying we're not high-end production? I'm a little offended.
I'm a little teapot.
Short and stout?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
If we were doing like heavy encoding stuff and full effects and stuff like that.
Like bit mining.
Yeah. Well, no, like just like a lot of graphical stuff, rendering.
Ruby.
Yes, 3D.
Any kind of anime show like that.
Right. Oh. That's that's a chunk of change right there. That little piece of metal. Flip it over. There it is.
I just broke something on the floor. I don't know what it was, but I heard a crack. This is surprisingly heavy in my hand. Like a couple of those dollar coins.
Yeah.
He says, I thought you weren't getting the K variant.
I wasn't.
And then he decided
And
to.
then I did.
Was it on sale?
Yes, it was.
That's what I thought.
It's normally $3.99. It was marked down to $2.99.
Damn.
So yeah.
So how much is the non-K version, whatever that one was?
The-
Was it also $2.99? Cause
No,
like,
the i5 8600 is like 170 or something like that.
I want to get out, but I won't because I'm not grounded or whatever.
Also, the thing you broke, I have another one because it's in the other cooler kit.
It's also something randomly on the floor over there in the corner. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're
Okay.
gonna have so many extra parts when all this is said and done. We're gonna use one of these boxes to put all that shit in.
Yeah.
So whenever you build your PC and you need a part, sector or something, let us know.
Right.
So now, anytime I touch this damn thing, I need to be grounded. If my foot's touching your foot, does that count? Constantly gonna be stepping on his toe now. So also in the box for the board, bunch of other shit. Every single thing that we have has like.
Yep.
What is this? This looks like a holder for a chip.
So that's
That's a CPU installation tool.
yeah.
Because it says it on the back.
I
That's the
don't-
only way to do that.
I've never used. I want to see what that does. Hold on.
Like tiny little screw. Like no, like a little. Yeah, it's a tiny ass screw. That's the tiniest screw I think I've ever seen in my entire life.
I've started seeing these more.
Oh, harmonica. Oh no. Oh, cool. This is the cover for the back.
Yep.
Pie.
All right, I'm gonna figure out this. Okay. Locate the triangle mark on the CPU. So that is there. Bottom of CPU
Oh, look for you.
installation tool. Bottom of CPU. That's the bottom, I guess? Yeah, because you can see all that stuff. You lay it in there, on its back into the CPU installation tool. Okay, so you drop it in there, firmly hold. I guess it's just a thing to keep you from touching this, literally touching the CPU. I've never ever used one of these though. It's such a weird way. I guess? Okay, so...
The little markings on this thing are so ridiculously tiny. Little paths. Let me just say, folks, technology has come a long way. I think it is not touch it and you're sitting.
But that's the problem, like... I don't know how to do it without touching it, like...
Oh, okay, so why don't you pick up the board whenever you... Know where you're putting this thing.
And as soon as you flip it over, it falls out. So what's the point? Whatever. I'm just gonna do it the way I've always done it. So we're gonna see if this cover flies off the way I've seen in some videos. This plastic thing will go boom. Oh. Uneventful. Yeah, the CPU is now installed. But I have seen, like, if it catches on something and then the PC flicks it through, it just goes boom. It just flies off. Okay, next is memory. So if you'll get me the Trident Z RGB memory. Unpack it. Yeah, you can take it out of the package. Not at the moment. We're dressing the board, and then we're going to put the board in, and then we will start to make all the connections. My studio lights are really messing with you there.
Yeah, they are. Trying to make people understand what these things look like, because I don't know what they look like. Is this again?
This is the memory, yeah. This is DDR4 3000 memory.
8 each? You end up getting 16?
Yes, they're 8 each, 16 total. Which is plenty.
More memory means faster it will run, is that correct?
So, more memory means it is more stable. The more processes you start introducing, you start to have stability issues. This is single-sided. Like, there's no release on this side. This side has the switch that you can eject and move stuff in. This side doesn't move, so you just lay it in there and then drop the other side in. That's so weird. I have not seen, that's the ejector thing. Man, I've not seen that.
Yes, champ, this is Clayton's new PC that he is building completely from scratch. This is going to replace one of his PCs or laptop that he uses currently to stream and then I'm gonna inherit his laptop. So I am here to help so that I can get what I want out of this.
Okay. G-Skill DDR4 Trident Z 3000 memory here, and a i7 8700K there. So that's the I/O. Yeah, that's USB to the built-in Wi-Fi leads there, full Realtek audio with optical. I think that's gigabit Ethernet. I'm pretty sure that goes up to 1,000 megs. And then there's a Type C Thunderbolt 3 port. I have nothing to connect to it, but hey, should I ever have Thunderbolt 3? So like essentially, I could connect, you know how I have a USB 3 hub connected to my laptop to get more USB ports? This will support way more than that. So like if I need more USB ports for whatever god unknown reason, I can do that with that port and it won't eat up one of my USB ports. That port there is where that's the PCIe board slot. That's where the GPU is going to live. The graphics card. Yeah. GPU, video card, graphics card, they're all interchangeable. It's got a bunch of heat sinks on it, which I like. So by creating all this wind force inside the case, these metal, and that's actually an M2 heat shield. So if I had an M2, I don't yet. I plan to in the future. Right now I'm just going to use an SSD because I had one laying around. But if I do have an M2 drive to put there, there's actually a dual layer heat shield to isolate it from the heat of the board, which is good because it's sitting right next to the graphics card. It's not so much to keep it from getting hot, but it's to get the heat away from it. It's to take the heat away from the board, get it above in the airspace so that the turbulent air can scoop it away. Yep, these two little rows here behind these heat shields here, those actually light up. these little fins are little heat spreaders. That's what, not heat shields. But yeah, there are, I think, like 5 or 6 different zones in this memory where you can create different lighting effects. So it's not like just all red or all pink or all green. You can actually have it do like a rainbow effect in one stick. So it's pretty neat. Completely unnecessary to its function, but hey, looks cool. So next, we are actually going to put the board in the case.
Okay, I'm going to zoom you out for that. Yes, Sergio. It is insane how much every single thing he has bought is RGB now. He has the memory, which is RGB. He has a fan, which is RGB, and something else.
The main 200mm fan. This cooler, actually, this radiator here on the other side, there's 2 fans that are RGB. The board itself, there's a row of LEDs. There's a row of LED. Oh, yeah, that's true. There's a row of LEDs under this lip here, as well as the memory itself. I feel like I have to give that face because, like...
You were so negative about it in the first place. You're like, oh, do I want to get this thing? It's got
so
RGB. It's so stupid. I don't
it's
need
so
that.
obnoxious.
It's unnecessary. And then you just like went and just went... Dove right in and every fucking thing. Like, we got a fan. You're like, no, I'm going to take that fan back. I want the one that's RGB. And then we go to Micro Center and then they find it randomly. Which totally makes everything work, you know. Everything happens for a reason. That's probably why the cooler didn't work in the first place. We had to go back and get the stupid RGB fan. Okay, so that's the cover that you're putting on now.
Yes. This is called the I/O shield, input output shield. Because this is what shields for inputs and outputs in the outside world, I guess. It's
Invented.
actually padded. I've never seen a padded I/O shield.
Oh, it is padded.
Again, completely unnecessary, but
Totally
sure,
worth it.
Go for it. Why not?
I've hit the point where I can't touch it anymore. Unless I'm touching Clayton. Which he gets mad because I keep stepping on his toes and he just keeps saying, stop it! So, a question for anyone in chat: have you ever built a PC yourself? Or done any kind of PC modifications, fixes, repairs, upgrades?
Quentin actually knows quite a bit about people.
Oh, Quentin.
Yeah.
Quentin, you hiding something?
Said some stuff in the past that make me realize this guy knows a few things.
Oh, well, we know Quentin knows a few things. Logan, did you put the PC together yourself? Quentin's got a plan to make one as soon as he can get the cash. He watches a bunch of tech tubers. Like our IT splaining today. Is that what they do?
This shield is so tight in there.
It's good. I like Logan. Kinda. I feel like you made a face when you said that, Logan. That's exactly what Clayton said earlier. He compared it to playing with Legos.
It's very expensive Legos.
Nice. Sergio says he built one for a friend in college and then he's modded his own a few times. What kind of modifications have you done on
I
them?
figured that. He said a few things.
Like do some upgrades to graphics cards or drives or memory or what's the i7 thing again? CPU. Where I know more now that Clayton's been doing all this, but I still don't know much about all this shit. Okay, what?
So,
So?
glad I remembered this now. You have to put the back plate for the cooler.
Where the fuck is that gonna go?
Right there.
But you just put that down.
Uh-huh.
How does that fucking work?
It's just a thing stepped on earlier. It doesn't. That's why this is inset. There's a little gap there.
I thought this goes there. I touched it. Oh, okay, hold on.
Plus, John just sent me the link to a 3 terabyte SSD. Jesus! 3 terabyte SSD. Use 2 fingers and scroll. Hecka old. Cool, man. 3 terabyte SSD. Good lord.
What kind of graphics card are you getting?
Yeah.
Go for an S.
That's an R90. Oh, cool.
I do not know that graphics card. I know
R9
Intel.
This is an MSI card, but it's a 1080. The 280's equivalent of what? Like a 960? I don't know too much about AMD cards.
I only know what we have. That series of brand. I don't know anyone else. I'm mad because he took my 1080 and he's putting in his.
Oh, it's yours.
Yes.
What is it?
it was in my possession.
Oh, okay, I see.
You better watch it. You're not getting the vibe. Sorry I broke that.
So,
Love
This-
the music.
timing is everything. Sergio's AMD card would use these clips. So, most pieces have to have clips that are compatible with both Intel chipsets and AMD chipsets.
Okay, so are AMD and Intel pretty much the only ones?
So because we have an Intel i7 board or chip, we can use these. If I had an AMD, this whole mechanism would look different, and we'd have to use that.
I'm saying are AMD and Intel pretty much the only video cards out there?
Yeah. Well, no, not video cards. This is for CPU.
I mean
But
CPU.
his video card made me think of it.
Okay.
So.
So what we're doing is, okay, so he popped. I touched it again. So he pops out little things here.
These little half moon. Little
put
crescent
around the
shapes that
outside.
go around the edge of the cooler, and these little plastic are gonna poke up through the board. They bolt to that.
Okay, so we need tiny screw for that.
Hold that.
All right, Sergio. He said he's going back to lifting weights.
Good
Could
job,
you,
buddy.
Lift some weights for us, please. That'd be great. Oh, okay. Feet move to be able to plug into the
Yeah,
the board.
because this is a mini ITX. Screw arrangement is smaller than it would be ITX.
Mm-hmm.
Standing on the edge of a cliff,
All right, so on the back of the board,
So,
there's there's little spots where you can put these little feet in, so it leaves it elevated.
so or oh, okay. Okay. We won't be able to use those. Since we're using the back plate from the Corsair. Okay, I've got them.
I guess we're not gonna be able to return that thing, huh?
Yeah.
Shit. All 'cause I fucking broke. Well, I guess I have to build a new PC around that. Logan, do you need to upgrade for yours? Yours runs like fighter jets.
feel like it sits evenly. Oh, yeah. Okay. See if we can find a happy medium between these two.
Like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. This is how I feel when the mirror shows me a stranger. Yeah. And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and I are still meant to be.
Normally, these would shoot up through the bottom. They would stand up like that.
That's big.
Well, you'd have this, like, big screw sticking out the top that you would... Because it has to be as tall as this thing.
Oh, I
Which makes sense.
see how this works. Okay. I thought you were having to plug this ginormous thing in here
Yeah.
on top of the power supply in between the board. And I was like, what the fuck?
It's gonna... Because those are there, we now have something to clamp that down to. Previously, there wasn't anything. Now, with those crescent shapes that you had,
Right?
I can set the cooler down on top of that and then tighten that down on top of it. But
Okay.
I have to find a way to hold those in place.
Questions about thermal paste, but I'll wait on. I have some questions about thermal paste, but I'll wait on that. No. That would only be Tom being a smart ass.
Crack of dawn, I imagine you waiting by my doorstep. But it won't be long before I realize it's a picture in my head, And I know they're just fragments of a world where your absence all I get to see. Take me back to the planet where you and
Even if I did break the
meant to be. 'Cause I'm incomplete when you ain't by my side, when you don't make a next to me.
figuring out what screw in these 10 million bags of screws we have.
What you got down there? Yep.
Please. I don't know what this is.
Okay, it says Intel LGA 2011. Ours is an LGA 1151. So if we had a different board that we were using, this is what we would use. I believe these are just extenders. Yes. So if you had, well, oh, that's a splitter. So it takes a single power source and then gives you 3 synchronization points. So that these are all the RGB headers. So if you need something to pulse at the same time, but you don't have enough plugs to connect it to, this one converts to 3. So now you have 3 things that can have the same color pattern.
Not really sure, but my brain tells me I've been here before. Don't wanna draw any attention to all the crazy things that I shouldn't mention. Not really sure, but it feels like my feet are glued to the floor. Don't wanna open up my mouth, 'cause I'm afraid of what's gonna come out.
I feel like we found the right piece here.
This can't be happening. Wake up, scream.
Now that's held in there by those. So that, drop it in there and see if it works the way I think it should. Hold up.
And it works.
Cool. Aren't under my tubes for my cooling aren't under too much strain. They're coiled pretty well.
Okay, put the thermal paste on.
These bolts that are on top of here aren't going to bottom out. Oh, we are busy.
Good news.
I was like, crap, I've only got 3 of them. And then I realized I had taken one out. Okay. So. Here's the part that I have a decision to make.
Make that decision. What's your decision?
Do I want to attach the cooler before it goes in? No, I can't do that. I can't. Yeah. Can't believe how close that is. It is so packed in tight.
Keep it cool.
It is right up against that fan, which I guess is good. This one now, because I need the extender.
Oh, that's neat.
Problem is, these aren't magnetized.
Now he is attaching the board actually to the housing inside. Now this would be one of those things that you would want to be careful how tight you make it, because if you make it too tight, then you're cracking it.
I mean,
You're putting
you're,
strain on it.
you're more likely to do that with a big screwdriver because you can get a good grip on it and really crank down. But if you're using one of these like smaller hand tools, you don't have as much leverage. So like, as long as it's reasonably snug, like you don't have to like, these things aren't gonna be in an off-road vehicle, so like they're not gonna come loose. So as long as they're like just moderately tight, that's fine. I mean, if you're nuts, you could pop rivet this thing to the thing, but
Hell no, then what if you need to get it undone? Undone top rivets, they fucking Top rivets became a issue whenever we were installing my convertible top on my car. That was a weekend I don't ever wish to relive in my entire life.
we bought so many new tools just to get that done.
Or we recently and I saw AutoZone and they were like rent a tool and I was like, Jesus Christ, why didn't we know about that shit before? Of course it was probably like midnight, 2 a.m. when we were like, oh
Yeah.
shit, we need this part. Let's go to Walmart and hope that they have it.
Right. Also, I just wanted those parts.
So have we ever used the pop rivet gun since then? No, we have not.
No.
Good, but we haven't.
Hey. So, gonna twist around. It is really hard to show this part on camera.
I know.
If you want, you can grab it and bring it over here and look down. I'll help you pick it up. That's about as tall as it gets, so there's not really much from there. So, I'm gonna try and Chad can't. Oh yeah. Should have pointed it at the TV so it gets nice and recursive. So, I'm gonna try and coil it around like this, so that there's no like mean folds in that tubing. Also, just to eat up some of the length of that tubing, just because it's got to go somewhere, and putting it in a coil seems as good an idea as anything. So, before we do that, thermal paste. Arctic Silver 5. I think they're up to like 7 by now?
What's the difference in the numbers?
I don't know. I imagine just like the thermal conductivity. Huh. Cat cam. Okay.
Here we go. Now we got a much better view of what's going on. Your mod symbol is chroming out, yes.
Yep. Alright. So I was heavily debating even showing this part about how much thermal paste goes on a CPU, because it is a topic of massive debate. People are like, oh, just the size of a grain of rice. It's like, oh, do a cross on the chip, and then oh, do a circle on the chip. It's like, fine, as long as you put enough to cover it and not too much, you're fine.
On.
What?
Okay, now we can all be in heavily on this debate with you. We are ready.
Do you see that it's kind of keying out?
Yeah.
What's up, Brandon?
Yes, it is epoxy. And Clayton's hands are gonna get right in our view here. Yes, the chip reflection is chroming out.
Yeah. That means it's a shade of green. I do a little dab and then
Brandon says, "Oh my god, too much! Too much! Too much!" I didn't want to tell you that when you were doing it because I didn't want you to freak out. Yes, we actually contacted Intel, maker of that chip, and
Yeah.
was like, we need a special chip here.
yeah. Can you engrave our
famous
name
now.
on it, please? All right, so
Oh god, the teens.
dab, dab, dab.
Wait, I gotta do my dab, Logan. My dab is the cool dab.
Oh, right, yeah. So,
I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you can see everything that goes. What we were talking about earlier.
oh yeah.
Yes.
so there.
There's a little plate. You'll know I'll get into a song whenever the camera starts shaking because I'm over here dancing. What?
So, right. These two that the bolts go into. But then there's also these two holes, I believe are threaded.
Does epoxy grow, does thermal paste dry out?
Not this quick.
Also, why the fuck do they give you so much if you just need that little bit?
Huh. Oh, maybe that's for an AMD board. Alright.
Oh, can't go back now.
Back.
No going back. None of these wires go in that damn thermal paste. I think I heard a little squish there. Contact between the thermal paste and the two surfaces.
Crescent plate.
Knew where you
Never
had
mind,
put
I've
it.
got it here.
I had it at one point. You took them.
If I let go of this cooler, the spring in the cables like pull it away. Fifth edition. Too heavy for this magnetic screwdriver. Alright. In. Cooler is on.
For all sides of it.
Holding it in place.
Holding my breath until you're gone. Anywhere that is far from you. You only wanted me to fail. Oh, I'm this way because of you. Fall every day to overcome despite you. Wake up. Wake up. Tired of hearing excuses you're making.
Cut on the finger.
Future is set, it is my
Down the back of their hand too. Tip hair need to shreds.
wake up.
Okay. I was worried that it wasn't like latching.
Point and I like that. Every case needs a blood sacrifice in order for the computer to work.
Run away, and I know, and I know, and I know I'm right now. We can change
Why? What's the matter?
and make it better
Must
together.
screws here must have to screw
Don't question it.
as it spins. Well,
Well, why, hold on, before you take it out, why don't you just spin it into where those line up and then just put additional screws?
because I've wiggled it around too much. Afraid that I'm smearing paste everywhere.
You're the ones who know the answers, and they ain't never gonna hold us back. They see us rising like we dancers. Imagine life without a purpose. Now picture everything you're fighting for. Now picture everything you're fighting for. Run away, and time will find a
Yeah.
place that we call home. They can try anything, we'll make it better.
Right, what you say?
Don't be afraid.
Oh, look at that spread. That's a great spread.
Great spread.
Open your eyes and see. We are the ones who know the answers, and they ain't never gonna hold
That was like a perfect amount he put on.
us. See us rising like we dancers.
Now I understand why you didn't like coat it, because I was thinking, oh, you just coat the whole damn thing, right?
Right, because it's all under a bunch of pressure. And not only that, it gets hot. And when that gets hot, it's actually going to thin out and move towards the edges. So I may actually wipe off the borders of that. Will you get me a Q-tip?
Hold my camera. Or I guess he's gonna go get his own Q-tip. You're welcome.
Standing in a glass bowl at the end of a black hole. memories rolling vastly. Coalesce beneath the ground. All done by my own hand. I allow my feelings to become sin. If you're gonna cut me down, better do it quickly now. You can cut me down, but
So what I'm saying is Brandon was right. Too much.
Just a little bit, yeah. Okay. So first, let's out what's going on. Give me.
roots are strong. This is not forever. Folks changing like the weather. Cold wind and all around.
Oh shit. Tiny screw somewhere on the board.
Toxic people being severed, like leaves falling in September. Cold wind and on the ground.
Oh, shit.
Cut me down, but I won't stay for
Oh, they thread in. Okay. So, mystery solved. Bolt in from the bottom. Got it.
Do that before you have to put it down there because those are tiny little shit.
Got it. Okay. That makes perfect sense.
roots are strong. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? This is just for us now.
Well, that bad boy's on there now. Okay. Two.
I can never ever find the right words, and there's no way this is real life. There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. Yeah, I can only say that it feels right.
That's fun. All right. Other side.
Missing part.
I know I'm looking right at it and I can't.
So right.
Can't see over there.
I'm just going with
Did you put it in the board still?
the doubt. Felt like
Oh, it's not there.
put me in perspective. I'm the deepest
Through the side.
Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now. We know I ain't ballin' yet. Hoes wanna holler, oh no, I don't call them back. Girl, let me see you hold it down. We gon' have a blast. 'Cause
Take to the bathroom with you and you went to get Q-tip?
Don't believe so.
gotta say a word. I know what's up. You can have it all. Watch me rip it off.
What in the world?
You got me feeling hella love, even when it's
I
going
adapt.
down. Know that we gon' live it up. Young shot caller, always been a baller. Know that you the one. I
Okay, I'm gonna find that.
won't stop charging. We going come on.
Oh, there it is.
What did I say? Is it in the adapter? In the board.
It wasn't though. It goes there.
There's no telling you're the right girl, so I can only say that it feels right. It feels right. It feels right. It feels right.
Alright. Now we're ready to actually connect it.
So right, so right, so right. I'm just going with the gut. Never had a doubt, felt like this is just a must. Put me in perspective.
Bear with my bad camera work. I'm trying to get in here.
Everybody tuning in, but this is just for us now.
Alright, cool.
That's more secure now.
That's more secure with 2 screws than it was before with 4. Right. That is a cooler. An RGB cooler. The coolest cooler. What makes my CPU the coolest?
Because it's an RGB.
Bad joke. Okay. So next, I'll be putting the CPU in, which runs along.
Okay.
Gotta move on. Before we do that, I'm going to start wiring a little bit. Okay. Yes. And then this additional power for the accessories. So
Like a broken soul in a wonderland without angels. That is how I feel when the mirror shows me strangers.
So, it may just have to kind of come across here. And I'll probably come back and redo this wiring, but I just want to
Take me back to the planet,
everything plugged in for now.
that are still meant to be. 'Cause I'm incomplete when you ain't by my side, when you don't wake up next to me. Yeah, I'm incomplete. I need you here tonight to cover up these
power cable is like fighting me. No, like it's facing the right direction, but only like some of the pins are going in. Oh, alright. That's not the correct cable for that. These cables are super long.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find a light in your soul, I'll be there. Never leaving you in the darkness, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see clear. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own.
Trying to think of the best place for these. I don't want to come across it.
Baby, you can count on me now.
Put these out here for now. Once we find some cables to bind to, we'll use those.
Leaving you alone is the hardest, even when you're out of focus. I will be the light in your life, you'll see clear. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do
Okay.
just what you're told.
So now for that 8-pin.
Temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own. I'll be your inspiration, 'cause I know that you'll do just what you're told. I'll be your heart and temptation, 'cause I know that you'll make it on your own.
They do. This one has dual output. I don't really need it, so I may just tape that back there. Just use that one. See if I can get this one to go.
Gave you too much, now I'm swallowed. Now I'm the fool while you're breaking rules. Dangerous path that I follow. Oh, go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed.
Layer 2 keep coming off.
All of the pain seems to follow like a shadow.
This one says
And cold to the touch.
CPU. So that makes me think this one goes right there. But just can't go.
Go on, just do what you do. And it hurts as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me bleed as I bleed for you, cry for you. Let me
I almost want to take the board out and do it that way. I can. I don't want to, but I can. So, I think I'm going to do that. I'll leave the cooler on, so we don't have to fight with that again. Oh.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream
It plugs in perfectly fine like that. Absolutely no problem. Went in first try. What the heck was I bumping into? Big clumsy hands. Uh-huh.
It's the first time of today. Today. To dream, believe. You are the strength, you're all I need. Need. Oh, gonna give it a shot. Only one of me to shield you all from the enemy. You're a superhero. You're a superhero. Can I be your superhero? Superhero. 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 Can I be your superhero?
Okay, finally got that set in place. Okay, we have power. Yep. That, guess I can maybe route up here. Yeah, yeah. That'll ride along those two fans. Man, that works good. Heck yeah. It just comes down right where the plug is. That works great. This plug, I wish wasn't a mile and a half long. Or this cable, I wish I wasn't a mile and a half long. But I guess that's what I've got to deal with. Okay. Those are plugged in. My USB header is right there. Let's start figuring out where all these wires gotta go. Here's USB 3.0. That's the 2 for the fan in the front.
Thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for critic, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business so humongous, you would think that happens in it. Oh man, I'm all that, yeah, I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah, that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have him yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball.
I'm really glad there's all this empty space here. That come in handy. Okay. Audio.
I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stats, yo. Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing, and I maintain.
Alright, so here's the tough part.
So I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water,
Okay.
so I'm going mainstream.
I'm gonna need a flashlight. Might work.
I'm going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Alright, so there's hard drive LED, reset button, power LED, power button. Okay.
Going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
Yeah, they are a pain.
Those are kind of video. Errors.
ridiculous one. Split into two. Either way, it's split into two. Probably should have done this one first. Probably should.
All good. Got it.
All right. Well, I think we got it. Okay. So I'm looking for the header for the AuraSync RGB, and I believe it is that. Yeah. So have this out to 3. Cool. Because I have a few things synchronized.
I ain't feeling lonely, and I wanna admit it's time to end the ride. Fading it too slowly, were those gonna lift me up this time?
Boy.
You were the only one who got me tripping up inside. All the words you told me, am I reading something different from your eyes? See you, for a moment even hope that I could feel you.
Light again.
See you, all that I wanted was to tell you that I need you. See you, for a moment even hope that I could feel you. See you, all that I wanted was to tell you that I need you. Now I'm finally right here.
Okay, that's what I was looking for. That is the seat header right there. That right there. Header there. That I don't know what happened.
Just a moment. Technical difficulties. One PC is getting angry that we're building another.
The laptop went to sleep.
No, there ain't no stopping us. Fly without boarding pass. Couldn't catch me, I be moving fast. Call me a shooting
Yeah.
star. Let 'em know who you are. Flying up in a bar. Wish on a star.
Kind of doing it blind here for a second.
Who's in charge? Call me a shooting star. Didn't even get to cross.
All right, plugged in.
Got it!
So I'm gonna tether those all together. Kind of conceal it.
I said I'm moving too far. Get to glass. Looking at a shooting star. Got more than a couple of people going mad. I swear they're rooting hard. Tell them I'd be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast. Didn't even get a glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a
Yep.
restaurant. If you had swag like
All about does it.
you know it's best to flaunt. We on.
All about cord man. This cord on top of this part.
I'm
This cord on top of this part. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Logan's desk. Went to Logan's house. And Clayton. Yeah, man.
We gotta do something about this.
You mind if I run those cords for you? Clayton wasn't happy.
Took me about 30 hours.
Oh, it didn't.
That was all part of the process.
shoot, shoot, shoot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shoot, shoot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shooting, shooting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Eh. Burn that bridge when we get to it. Okay.
Didn't even get to cross.
So that's the RGB. Still figuring out that system.
Graphics card?
Nearly. See.
I said I'm moving too far. Get to glass.
Sure, I haven't unplugged that CPU power supply. And set us back a whole 45 minutes. Okay. Is say to I believe this is the RGB cable. Has that header on it. But it looks like it goes there, because that pattern matches that exactly. 2 blank 1. Okay, I didn't know if those were just like contact points and they just like touched, but there isn't apparently a male female. Okay.
Oh, and there's your.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't think so. Doesn't for the plugs do what they look like they do. This is the controller. You can control the patterns of your RGB with this. That
What's next?
plugs into this. It's this how this gets power. But all of these RGBs have the same female pin on them. I've yet to see a male RGB. Perhaps that is those. Those are for the fans. That's power. Because these go that and that. That's how those get power. That's not our RGB. That is for the other cooler. That we did not use. I think my biggest gripe is that the board is so small, there's very little like labeling for the ports. So whereas you would normally see like CPU fan or system fan or stuff like that, it's just not there because there's no room on the board to print. Never mind, I found it. It's just incredibly small. So there's a specific one that says AIO pump right there. Okay. Thinking about coming up here with these two wires. I hate to say it. I think I'm going to take these fans out just for a moment so I can spin them around.
How?
So I'm going to take these two screws out. Boy, that was in there tight.
my way back to you till you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home.
Well, like I say, I think they have to plug into something.
Until you find your way back home.
So I'm rotating these fans again to put the power lead in a better position. It's going to be a trick. So I think I'm going to have them come out the top because the connector for it is right there. So I'm going to have them run across the top right here with that other cable that's going to run up there. So it'll just be a nice bundle of wires.
Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown.
I'm essentially trying to get these cables to be the same length, despite them being offset by a few inches.
I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home.
So, look at that. All the same length. Oh, they will. It'll be short by like an inch and a half.
And then just go, fuck it!
Oh. Yeah.
Tell me one thing
What?
that I can fuck up this PC. I will bet.
Okay. Yeah, the cat is full of static electricity. I know that for a fact.
Yeah.
So, put it. The
Oh, it's over.
2 to 1.
Yeah.
So these two plug into this one.
Uh-huh.
Oh. There it is. Right. So, these will kind of go back there, and then the connector is right there. And it's specifically labeled all-in-one cooler. And that's exactly what this model cooler is. Okay, so now the fans have power. I'm just gonna have a bunch of RGB cables left over at the end of this and not knowing what to do with them.
Yeah, but as long
Right. And there's no obstructions to the fan, so we're good there. We'll go there. Gonna put that down there. Oh, it's starting to come together. I'd like to, if possible, run this up the back as well. That is, yes. Good memory. It's just, see, it just barely doesn't make it.
yeah.
But maybe, man, there's just no room down there. Shoot. Guess I don't have much choice but to run it around the outside. I mean, it's not the worst thing. But the problem is the graphics card's going to be here. So like there is a little notch in graphics cards where you can put it through there, but I really would rather not. Okay, audio's plugged in.
Sorry, what was that?
Okay, audio's plugged in.
Sorry, what was that?
Audio's plugged in.
Sorry, I couldn't audibly hear you.
Uh-huh. I know what you're doing. Okay.
The stream is not sponsored by Audible.
Yeah. They would want their money back.
All the cords are plugged in.
Yeah, I just don't understand. There has to be an adapter or some sort of go-between that I'm missing, because every plug I have is female, and now I do have a male header on the board, which is cool, but don't know what to do with it. So I think for now, I'm gonna leave all the RGB undone, with exception of maybe the cooler, just because I don't know, looks cool. This one. Oh, not on that one. This one actually has a diagram. It shows you where the ground is. Absolutely cannot read it there. There's a ground symbol there. Well, that's a D, and then that's an arrow. So here. Just wish I knew.
That does not plug in.
So well, this is a 4-pin RGB. This is a 3-pin RGB. But I don't have. I'm assuming this is some sort of an adapter. But I don't have anything that uses that.
RGB is.
Funny. The only difference is that because keep losing it. Because that one converts to a 3-pin. So because this one converts to 3 pins, this has one that just isn't there. All right. Time for the graphics card.
Woo! Graphic!
I'm just gonna kind of lay these over so that I can figure out what I'm missing and plug it in later. So, we can back up a little bit.
Mother of God, that's huge.
This is the GTX 1080 we're going to install.
Fucking huge.
Well, compared to the case that it's going in, yeah.
I just expected that size.
No. That's kind of the reason I wanted to build an ITX, just because, like, You don't need a massive case anymore to have a really powerful system, so long as you can cool it.
Thank God you did not get that smaller case.
Yeah.
Are you taking those out?
Because this is going to take their place.
Oh, okay.
There we go. What the heck? Something was in the way.
God, that thing is massive.
But the cool thing is, it has its own fresh air supply right there.
Yeah, it does.
So there's a vent that runs along there, and this has its own fresh air. Yeah. And those cages that I remember, those plastic cages we took out forever ago. Alright, so I'm going to take a quick second and see how my Windows 10 install USB is coming along. Just give me a quick second.
I did not realize that's what he was doing over there on that computer. Probably was screwing around with that computer earlier. I hope I didn't fuck anything up.
White USB stick. So, here's our Windows 10 install disk. I'm going to kind of leave this ugly for the time being, just to get it up and running. That way, if anything needs to be redone, I won't have a million twist ties to carve through. I just want to make sure that all the fans can spin free. Okay. And then we got to plug in SATA power, PCI power, and then run SATA cables, and then we'll be set.
What is that you're saying? SATA? SATA?
Yes. Don't ask me. I can't remember what SATA stands for, but
Are you saying
SATA. It's how you transfer data from the SSD or the hard drive or the M2. No, M2s go on the board. But from an internal hard drive to the board, that's how you communicate with it. So,
Like me, it drifts away. I would watch you stare.
the small one,
I would watch you stare.
I'm going to point it inwards.
Oh, but there's no one there. We can figure this out. Put your feet down.
Did it backwards. I was doing it outwards as I was saying I'll do it inwards. Okay, so now it's facing inward. So the cage will slide in like that. This cable will run from here under the board up through there. I mean, not very eventful. Gotta get it to find the. Okay, so now that SATA has power. Or no, that's not power. That's data. Data. Power. Wish I had some of these that didn't have a million power connectors on them, because I'm only connecting one, maybe two things. But hey, guess that's what I've got to work with.
Let's be friends. You only need what's best for you and not them. Don't pretend. Now I don't wanna lose sleep, thinking about everything we could be. Let's just see what comes to be. She said we're all made in Hollywood, fake loving and hating on silver screens, believing everything we come to see. Go outside, it feels so good. We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe. We just see
So I have a bunch of extra cable here. Gonna kind of push it back through there and try to lay it along a path. So now the hard drive for the SSD has power and data transfer. Left is to give power to that graphics card.
Silver screens, believing everything we come to see. Go outside, it feels so good. We're loving and hating and making scenes. Now we just see everything we believe. We just see
it actually traps the other two under there. Okay, we are all wired up. Real ugly. Okay, that is a big old mess of wires, but I think she's ready.
All right.
Hey, Jake. Thanks for following, buddy. Welcome to the board. Our newest board member, Jake. So, this is an i7 8700K with G.Skill Trident Z 3000 memory, a GTX 1080 OC Aero from MSI, Cooler Master ML240L cooler, big old 200 millimeter fan on the front, a Asus ROG Strix Z370i ITX board. What else? And a Corsair 750 power supply. But yeah, that's the build. You got here right when we were about to start buttoning it up. So that, that'll just plug in the back once we're done. Once we put all the panels back on.
Oh, okay.
I want to get it reasonably put together. Yep. Okay. There, why not? So this will go on the front. Got that for now. I may actually not be able to put that on because this cable right there. But who knows? I'm at work, but just wanted to jump in real quick. Maybe see you guys in GTA on Thursday.
We are going to work on the schedule tomorrow for what we're going to be streaming for the week. And if you've got people that want to play GTA on Thursday, then definitely we can do that as a community night this week. We're just trying to avoid doing that every single Thursday so people don't get burned out on it.
Right. Always up for GTA so long as we can have a group that wants to play. So we don't just end up at the airport for an hour and a half. What's up, Arceus? Have you been to a Ren fair? So these are RGB leads that I still don't know what to do with.
We're building a PC because Clayton's getting a new PC. It's been one of his dreams that he builds his own PC for years now, and so now he's finally making it happen. And you caught us right at the end. Hoping to dear Lord, when we plug this fucking thing in, it actually turns on. And it actually fucking works. And if it does, I will eat my shoe. Or how about I change that? If it does, I owe you an icy.
Oh, yeah.
Memory of Chase.
Memory of Chase?
In memory-
He's not dead.
Nobody's not here, so in honor of Chase.
Okay, that one.
Hold you to that. You're right, you hold me to that Frosty.
PC.
But you jinxed it. Even more than I have.
Okay, so I'm gonna take off this strap.
So excited because you hate that fucking.
I'm not thrilled about it.
Got nowhere to plug this damn thing in.
I've given
Finished product. What the what? Keyboard. Logan's not a gentle person. Not just kidding. Just kidding, Logan. He's more of a throw it down. Logan, slowly.
Yes. Only have one way of doing it. Pointing it at the screen, seeing if it works. Because if I plug it into the capture that's taking up our main screen, then we won't have any way to see what it's capturing. Alright, so I think we're ready.
So when you turn it on, is it supposed to come on the TV in front of us?
Check cam. Hold on. Recursive cam.
Oh, Jesus.
Alright, so let's do this. Go over there and sit at my laptop. Because once I change the input on this TV, I won't be able to see what's in the chat. Alright, I assume you guys can still hear me. I'm going to change the input on this TV. Something lit up. Okay. All right. Got lights. I see a light on my Video card. Yeah. Woo! All right, so
Damn it! Now I'm a freaking frost.
well, hold on.
Turned on. That's more than what I could say for anything. Current CPU temperature is 34 degrees Celsius. Cherry flavored? No, Logan. You have to go Coke flavored. If you want to get fancy, then you can get the pina colada flavored icy. And then you go home after you have it, and then you just pour a little bit of coconut rum in, and by a little bit I mean 2 shots. General Chaos, it's a spiked icy.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out.
Haha! I have another mic. I don't have to get up anymore. Logan, but is it really soda? I mean, it's a Coke icy. Just syrup, which cherry is just syrup too. Yeah, not gonna lie, not a huge fan of beer. And by not a fan, not a huge fan, I mean not a fan at all. I'm a liquor person. Well, Logan, I encourage you. Have you ever had the blue ices? I don't even know what the flavor of the blue is, but it's good. So currently we're in the BIOS, which Logan recently experienced on his own PC, and although he held it together out in his outwardly appearance, holy shit, you knew he was freaking the fuck out on the inside. I do not like eggnog, Jen Arceus. Clayton likes it.
Love eggnog.
Not a fan of eggnog. Ew. Milky, rich, like creamy-ish. Creamy. Oh, okay, my bad. No, that's okay. Talk to Vader Sham. I don't know if he's a fan of eggnog. As they were calibrating. just realized he screwed something up. No.
So, I had it backwards. I thought there's a lead or a header marked AIO pump or AIO something all in one for the cooler. And I thought that's where these two that were the fans went because they are the fans for the cooler. I now realize it's specifically the pump that's on the cooler block that it wants.
I deserve to stay, and I'll find my way. Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm your home. I wanna be with you always. Know you're not alone, 'cause I'm your home. Whoa.
Told you to just wait. AKA nail flip. Oddly enough, perfectly sized to get in it.
In the dark we fight, you take the wrong and you make it right.
Ever try to scissor zip ties? It is a nightmare.
So don't make it hard, don't let me go. I wanna hold you tight when you're cold. I'm waiting for your love, you just keep me hanging on. I deserve to stay, and I will find my way. I will find my way.
I just assumed I'd play the part of keeping you
Ooh.
right
Pun intended.
no matter how your confidence may fall.
Wait, what? I was.
Did you just pay for Windows and you don't need it?
Are you?
How the fuck is it on there?
What? Oh, right. I forgot. This hard drive already had Windows installed.
Son of a bitch, we now just have
No, it's
Windows.
it's not my copy of Windows. It's just one that was on there. I was okay. That makes sense. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, so let's do this. Back to the BIOS. Okay, so our pump is running, our CPU fan is running. Cool. So the front fan isn't spinning, but I'm okay with that just because there's plenty of airflow in there because I've got the top off of it, and I'll figure that out a little bit later. There's got to be some I think I may have just run out of things to plug in. So that'll be something for me to figure out off stream, 'cause that'll be kind of boring. So let's plug in this. Plug in this.
The computer talking to you.
Okie doke. So these are running at 2133. Is underclocked at the time for the time being, but I'm okay with that. Not too much to do here. Gonna leave it at its default settings. Oh, it doesn't like I plugged it in afterwards. There we go. Boot from BFI version.
Doing good.
All right, we installing Windows. So, how are we gonna do this? Did we call it that it booted on the first try, even though the fans didn't work, or does Shelby not have to eat her shoes?
I didn't say anything about eating shoes.
You specifically said I'll eat my shoe.
Yes, but then I changed it and I said that I would get you a Frosty.
I don't know, man.
Which would you prefer, Frosty or nothing?
I still kind of want you to eat your shoe. Okay. That's my product key. Where my phone is. There it is.
General Arceus is saying if it can boot up, it can do these things, it can run Windows, which it could.
Okay. I mean, eventually it would have cooked itself because it wasn't cooling properly. But if I had gone past the BIOS, we would have seen some significant heat issues.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think it was actually in working order.
I mean, I'm not going to argue. I wouldn't, like, even in its current condition, the fact that the front fan doesn't spin and most of the RGB lighting isn't working, I'm going to say you don't have to eat your shoes.
Yeah, because it's just not working like it should be. Logan says he'll take the Frosty. Logan, I'll get you a Frosty just cuz. But you know, you'll have to wait forever for it. Quentin says he'll take a Frosty as well.
Got it. Free Frosty.
Let me just have to get Chase in on this. Sure, he's gonna want to order as well.
I got trapped in your eyes the moment you looked at me. From across the room, those eyes kept following me. Something popped in my brain, oh baby, only you I
I just had like a panic attack because for like a quick second I thought we hadn't put the thermal paste on the CPU.
Ah, we got
I was
it.
just like,
Would that already be ruined?
we probably would have seen a slightly higher temperatures in the BIOS, but probably not. Like we wouldn't notice it immediately, but it would have. As soon as we started installing this, it would have heated up and shut down. I created one partition, and it creates an additional 3. Are you kidding me?
I don't even understand what a partition means. You're getting so off.
All
now
I
I gotta
wanted
understand.
was one drive. Okay. All I wanted was 128 gigs dedicated to the OS. That's all I want. That's all I want. And it creates an additional ones. Granted, they're small. Half a gig. Tenth of a gig. Nothing on that one. But like, come on, man. Okay. I was gonna say, I really hope this USB stick is USB 3. That was pretty quick, so who knows?
Quentin just wants to hang with the cabinet.
Our drive activity light is firing properly.
Oh.
Happy to see that.
Look at all those lights.
The pretty colors. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I'm slowly realizing this is not a USB 3 flash drive. Alright, well, while that's going, I'm going to start to clean up a little bit.
Creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. I go where the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf.
Green light is setting off the chroma key.
Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them.
All right, so mystery solved.
Don't you
These little go-betweens, male-to-male adapters, or I guess female-to-female, are what go on your RGB lighting.
know what did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold.
It turned off.
Yeah, it's restarting.
Okay. I was like, no, it broke.
Don't worry, Shelby. We all agreed you don't have to eat the shoe.
Oh, I'm very well aware. 'Cause it's not all the way correct.
Yes, I did.
All right, and this is the infamous Windows getting ready screen. Oh, that was quick. Okay. I have sat and stared at that screen for 45 minutes at times on some machines. And then it'll switch to Windows is getting ready, or Windows is doing something. This will only take a moment. And that one always takes forever. Maybe that's just a moment. Alright, so we're in the United States. US keyboard, please. No thanks on the additional keyboard. We'll skip that for now. Guess I'll just put mine in. Oh, we're not gonna do that. Here. Enjoy that. You just enjoy that lovely PC while I type in my password.
I love that it says create a super memorable password. Make
then
sure to pick something
and
you'll
then I
absolutely remember.
And then I pointed the camera at the keyboard. It's like, don't look at my password.
You're a fucking idiot. You know that.
Shush. Don't make fun of me.
You're my fucking idiot.
Well, see, that's the weird thing. Like, I have a Microsoft account. I don't know why it's making me do this.
Attached to Microsoft account.
I want to do that. Oh, it's because I'm not connected to the internet. That's why it won't let me do that.
Oh, connect to the internet.
I will. I just want to get to Windows for now. Oh, I do not want to use Cortana.
Oh, you don't love Cortana?
No, and this is all the stuff that I turn off. Huh. I wonder if this was ever changed because of the GDPR regulations. Hi. I think the next screen is there's lots of features we know you'll enjoy. Oh.
No, it's the wonderful.
Yeah, I think this is the one that can take forever. When they finally admit that it actually takes, you know, a significant chunk of time, you know you're in for a sit. Yeah, my cooling block is warm, but it's not hot. That's good. Alright, we all up in Windows. Heck yeah, boy. Weird, I can actually feel the fluid running through the pump hoses. That is
That is weird.
unusual to know that there is fluid running through my computer right now. Or on top of my computer right now. Okay, so I don't have the antenna connected, but I wonder if it'll still be. That, so I can't see our network. Oh, that. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Network cable is not even being used right now. Whew, network. We are on that old internet. Being that I just downloaded this, holy crap! Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, being that I just downloaded this this ISO today, there shouldn't be that many updates, but I guess I was wrong. Okay, so those will just run. Do, however, get GeForce Experience.
Watching it end again and again.
The one thing, it's pretty freaking quick.
Letting waves you follow me, drifting to places I should leave. So close to the edge of something so perfect. We were too scared to take the leap. We're missing the way we used to be. Let me go. Let me in this mess I'm falling. Never know. Can't find a reason why. Couldn't get any closer. Can't find
Oh,
a reason why. Couldn't get any closer.
I'll give away that magic.
Couldn't get any closer. Couldn't get any closer.
What?
Tried to forget it, all that we had. I'm rolling like water
All right.
in the sea. The memories crashing into me, so close to the edge of something so worth it. You had the world right at your feet, and almost is all we'll ever be.
All right, well, we will finish that at another time. Oh, there it goes. You just picked up the driver. There we go. That's much better. Okay, well, I think that's gonna do it. We've got it up, we've got it running. The rest is just to download updates and patch stuff and get those RGB lines connected. We built a computer, so hey, I'm very happy about it. And I can't wait to get my games installed. I can't wait to get Project Cars installed and GTA 5 installed and Destiny 2 installed. Oh my god.
Brandon's gonna be so excited to
Brandon's
play that
gonna
with
be
you.
so excited.
Although he's gonna be just so much higher than you.
Oh yeah, I am not gonna be able to hold a candle to him. Are you kidding me? But yeah, so that is it for us today on the build stream. Thank you so much for everyone for hanging out. Thank you, Logan. See, it's not that difficult.
Middle.
It's not that difficult. I mean, you just kind of take it a piece by piece. Even though we had a component compatibility issue or dimensions issue, we went out, get a different part. It's actually a better part. So, yeah, that's kind of how it goes. Like, just plug one thing into the next thing, then you find the next thing to plug in. I'm sure Tom will be on any moment. But yeah, so thanks again so much to Shelby for hanging out and helping me with this.
Taught me so much.
Yeah, I'm sure I taught you a little bit and confused you a lot.
That's
because
true.
I have difficulty communicating and case in point. Yeah, I have issues communicating and verbalizing my thoughts. But this was a whole lot of fun. I got a computer out of it, so I'm super happy. My cat was on stream. That was fun. I went and bought more stuff at Micro Center. That's always fun. So yeah, thanks again to everyone in the chat. To Logan for filling in when we had to make a supply run. That was incredibly generous of you. I appreciate that. Anybody that hung out, Kratos was there. So yeah, thanks again. Whether you are studying, working, sleeping, or lurking, I appreciate you spending your time with us. Yeah, once I get some games downloaded to this, debating doing another stream. Because I'm actually gonna swap out all my kit for the other broadcast machine. So I'm gonna try and see if I can. So that'll be fun. But that's all maybes. So thank you very much. When's the next stream?
Tuesday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Tuesday at 9:30. Stay tuned to the Twitter account to see what we'll be playing next week. That is twitter.com/RPBoredom. You can put the links in the chat if you'd like. We also have a Facebook page, a Discord you can join. We have an Instagram. Did you get that set up yet?
It is set up, finalized, and I just have to learn how to start doing Instagram pictures.
All right, we got us a gram. We also have a Snap. We have a YouTube channel and a Twitch, which you are in for all expectations you're watching right now. There's my cat again. He just joined the room. Hey, buddy.
If you're watching on Twitch or YouTube, give it a subscribe, and you can watch our VODs and our previous broadcasts.
What she said. Thanks again to everybody out there, and I hope you have a great weekend.
Have a wonderful Memorial Day. Have some burgers, have some hot dogs, something on the grill.
Bye, guys.
Bye, toodles.